Hello and welcome to another Tunisian crochet tutorial. So today we will be looking at how to make the Lilly placemat. This is a simple Tunisian crochet pattern which is suitable for beginners. We are working in Tunisian simple stitch and we've got a bit of color work. So this mimics the very popular gingham textile pattern, and you will only need two colors to create this effect. So for my sample, I used Skipty's Chunky Monkey, which is chunky or bulky yarn, and for the standard size, which is approximately 17 by 12 inches, you will need about 60 grams of each. These are 100 grams balls, so you will need one of each for the basic pattern. You will also need a 6.5 millimeter Tunisian crochet hook. You don't need the extension because you will only carry the width of one panel on your crochet hook. I just use the cable for comfort. You will also need a tapestry needle, so you can just create the basic stitch pattern, or if you prefer to make a border, you can make a border of a couple of rounds of single crochet, or perhaps one round of half double crochet would also look very nice. Without further ado, let's dive into the pattern. So you will build the pattern from left to right. So we are working in panels. So we will start here in this corner, in the left bottom corner, create the full square, and then we will move up the panel, working the color work back to simple one color square, and so on. So there is a way how to carry the yarn at the back of the project. You can see I carried it here, so you don't have to cut your yarn and restart every time you progress to the next square, and this really eliminates the number of yarn ends that you will have. So if you look at the back, I mostly have the yarn ends around the edges and a few in the middle where I run out of yarn. But normally, if you don't use scraps of yarn, which I used, you would just carry on along the panels. And you can see here I carried over the colors, I wrapped them around, so this is how it would look from the other side, on the reverse side. So to make the basic placemat pattern, you will start with making a slip knot, and then we will chain 8. So each square, each of these little squares are 8 stitches wide by 6 rows long. So to chain, you will yarn over the hook and pull through. Let's chain 1, yarn over the hook, pull through, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we will turn the chains around and we will work into the back bumps of your chain stitches. So you'll go under the back bump, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next one and next one. We will work each chain, so the number of chains corresponds to the number of loops that are on the hook. So once you have all your loops on the hook, we will now work the return pass. To work the return pass, we will yarn over and pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2, and we will keep on repeating yarn over, pull through 2 across the row until we have 1 loop left on the hook. For row number 2, we will go into the first front vertical bar, yarn over and pull up a loop, and that's your Tunisian simple stitch. And then we will go into the next one and next one all the way across the row. Until the last stitch, and for the last stitch we will work the stitch under 2 strands of yarn of the last stitch which is on the edge. So you'll go under both strands there, yarn over and pull up a loop. and we will work a standard return pass. Okay, so we've got the row number 2 done. For row number 3 to 6, so 3, 4, 5 and 6, you will repeat row number 2. So this will be Tunisian simple stitch across, end stitch and standard return pass. So I'll meet you back for row number 7 where we start working our, this will be row number 7 where we start working our color work. So for the first row of the next section, we will work forward pass in the color A, and this will be Tunisian simple stitch across the row until the last stitch. We will also work an end stitch in color A. Okay, and then we are going to get our color B. So that's the contrasting color. So just for the first column, we will add an extra loop on the hook. So we will wrap the yarn from front to back, and then we place the next color on the hook, and we will pull through 2 loops because we increased 1 extra stitch to create a nicer edge, and we will work standard return pass in the contrasting color. We will also work the next forward pass in this color until we get to the last stitch, and then work the end stitch, and we are changing back to our first color, color A, or the main color. So we wrap the yarn from front to back, again creating an extra loop. We'll pick up our first color, and again yarn over, pull through 2, and as you can see, you start creating that beautiful color effect. Okay, so for the next 4 rows, you will keep on repeating, changing the colors on the return pass. So this will be another 6 row. So you will create that next square, 8 stitches by 6 rows, and on the last row of this square, on the 6th row, when you work the return pass, you actually bring the color A back to the front, so you can start the next section in color A. So this will be the next plain square in color A, and you will repeat this. So you will have that square in color A, then your color work, and then last square in color A. And as you work the color A in the square in color A, every few rows you can wrap the yarn in color B around. So what I did here, I didn't want that strand of yarn traveling too close to the edge because it could be kind of poking out from behind the edge. So I brought the yarn a little bit further in. That's what you can do. And once you get to your last square, you will then bind off. So once you get to your last square, you will then bind off along the top edge. This will be in color A. So to bind off, you will insert the hook into the next front vertical bar or under the next front vertical bar, yarn over, pull up a loop, and pull through the loop on the hook. Under the next one, and next one. So you'll continue this across the row all the way, including the end stitch, like so. Then you will cut your yarn and you finished your first panel. To work the next part of the project, you will need to attach the yarn onto the right edge chain and start working the color work on the first square. So I'm going to show you how to do it. You will find your last chain stitch or the first chain stitch, whichever way you look at it, and you can see that each of these edge stitches, including the chain, have got 3 strands of yarn. So that's one at the front and then corresponding at the back, and there is one more loop at the back. So what we are going to do is we are going to insert the hook into the 2 back loops, or under the 2 back loops, to make the join more secure. Okay, you go under there, and then you bring your color B like so. So it is a little bit tight there, I just warn you. And then we're going to chain. So you will chain 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You will again turn your chains around, and we are working under the back bumps again. Set the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, next one, and so on. So we will have 8 loops on the hook. We are including the chain that we attached the yarn to the first panel as well. So you will go under there. Okay, and now we need to attach it along the edge. So what we're going to do, we are going to attach it to this stitch here, and again we are going to go through 2 of the loops at the back, yarn over, pull up a loop. We have 9 loops on our hook. That's what we need, because we will be starting the standard return pass with a decrease, and we will be also changing colors. So we will also need to bring our color A here. So we will place the loop on the hook and yarn over, pull through 2. If you feel like this attachment loop gets a little bit too loose, as we will work the next row, as we get closer to it, you can just tag on the yarn behind to make it a little bit more secure. And we'll continue working the return pass, and then forward pass in the color A, and we will change on the return pass again. So we will pick up all the stitches. We'll have 8 loops. Now we need to attach it on the next stitch, the next row up, through the 2 loops at the back, yarn over, pull up a loop. So we've got 9 loops. We drop the color we just worked with and pick up the alternating color, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more time the next row, just to show you the concept, and hopefully that made it a little bit clearer for you. Okay, so we are picking up all the loops and then attaching the one row up, yarn over, pull up a loop, and back to the other color, yarn over, pull through 2. And you will work 1 square in the color work, and again, because of the even number of rows, as you will do the last return pass here, you will be in color B, or the complementary color, and then you can just start working the full square in color B. Okay, and then again you work the color work square, followed by square in 1 color, then color work 1 color, and then the last color work square, and you bind off in color B on the top. And then exactly how you attached the yarn in this panel, you will go back to your plain square in color A. So you will again attach the yarn on the first chain through the 2 back loops and work very similarly to how we did the first panel, just attaching along the right edge of the previous panel. After this, after you finish the panel 3, you'll repeat the panel 2 and 3 2 more times. So once you finish, you will have the pattern even out. The 4 corners will have plain squares in color A, And after this, you weave in all the ends, you block your pattern, and if you prefer, as I mentioned at the beginning, you can add a border. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this quick pattern tutorial. The pattern will be on my blog in a few days, so at the moment it's YouTube exclusive. And watch out, in the very near future I'm going to publish a matching coaster as well, so you can make a beautiful table setting with this gingham pattern and wow your guests. Thank you for all your lovely comments, your feedback, your likes, hypes, and all the subscriptions to my channel. I really appreciate your feedback. I really appreciate you being here and enjoying the knitting crochet together with me. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.